What's up, everyone? This is Ryan on the climb. Today I was thinking a lot about injuries. I've had my fair share of injuries on the bike, the scooter, skateboard, even just walking, you know. And especially on the bike, whenever I get in, like fall, it either does one of two things. First, it freaks me out and it makes that jump like taboo, you know, like a mental block. Or sometimes when you fall, it gets you hyped up and you're like, that's the worst that could happen. Now I have more information on how to do this jump than I did before. And so usually I get a little bit of both in my jumping, you know. And thankfully, through all the years of every wheeled sport I've done and knife throwing and all that, I've never broken something so bad I needed to get like bolts or rods or anything like that, you know. In that way I feel kind of lucky, because a lot of people do. Shit's expensive. It's like when you're at the peak of your like routine, like going and doing skating or biking or scooting, whatever, when you're doing it like every week, just thinking about taking 6 months off sounds horrible. I mean, I've had injuries before where I thought I was done scootering because it was just like so much of a burden to not be able to walk. If I broke my arm or something, it's almost like preferred, because I can't stand not being able to walk and depending on people. I had a job I had to work at while my foot was broken, and it was not a good work environment, you know, the fatigue, the aching. So why do it anyways, you know? Why bike? Why scooter? Why do anything? Well, it should be obvious, right? It's because it's fun. Certain things like this keep people out of trouble, keep you fit, have your wits about you, and who knows, you might even become pro. But man, it's so fun when you just go out and ride whatever it is. Just forget about everything else. The older you get, the harder it is to make time for that, but I recommend you do. I feel like you should always be living at a point where your work and life balance is always kind of chaotic, because what that tells me is that you're making time for everything. You're like making bad scheduling choices because you're stuffing it with every opportunity so you don't miss anything. I think that's a bit like how my brain works, and sometimes when you do that you can lose things, lose track of what was on those lists to begin with, you know. But overall I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it to over plan in directions that might not happen. Foresight, I guess, which plays in good into injuries, because a lot of my injuries have been because I put myself in a bad position. Example, when I broke my foot in Santa Cruz on this flat bar, I already took a really hard slam a few tries ago, and I was so exhausted of trying it for like 40 minutes that when I fell, I didn't have any strength. I was exhausted, literally, to the point of being, oh no, a rag doll. So that's pretty much it. That's my thoughts on injuries right now. You know, I got a long way to go still, so I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.